Back outside, never hide my intentions. Life is a vibe once you slide on a mission. Goddamn, I'm fried, but I like all the pictures and have them thinking, damn, Purdy might go the distance. Had to drop the blizzy, shit would grapple my ambition.
And welcome back to Middle of the Pack. I'm Pip.
And I am Fax.
And before any of you say a word, this is not our fault this time.
No. This is a very separate issue. This time it was out of my control. This is a Fax problem, but not a Fax problem that Fax caused. This was Mother Nature this time.
Yeah, it's her fault.
Yeah. So for all of you who are living under a rock or just, I don't know, don't live on the East Coast, I guess also that's a valid excuse. Hurricane came through and it took out everything. So Asheville, North Carolina got the worst of it if you guys haven't seen the multiple videos and pictures already. But
Nope.
Augusta, Georgia, where I am currently at, also got hit. And there were power lines everywhere. There were trees everywhere. I was off-roading just to go to my fucking storage unit. And yeah, that was the day we were going to record. Just nothing. Pip didn't even hear from me until like 10 p.m. because I also had no service.
Yeah, I had no idea. I was just waiting and I gave it like a couple hours because I hit you up at like 4 p.m. and I was like, "You ready to record?" And I was like, it's like 8 p.m. and I'm like, I don't know. Even if he hits me up, I was like, I'm in bed. So I guess we'll have to schedule another day. And then I think like 10 or 11 o'clock at night, it was like, hey man, I don't have anything. I was like, oh shit. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense.
Brother, I don't even have water. Yeah, so little caveat there. I feel like it's a pretty good excuse for missing 1 week.
Yeah, I think it's pretty solid. I don't think they can get mad about that one.
No, you can't. Not even you, Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson. Hey, Jackson.
Hey, buddy.
What's up? But yeah, I mean, we're back. I was able to watch football very little. So it was essentially just me watching highlights, and I couldn't get many streams up. So it was a lot of radio listening. So it was a very interesting weekend.
That's rough.
I still made it happen. And what we'll get into later, once we get to the college slate, I was able to watch like the final quarter of the Georgia-Alabama game, which was
the one that mattered.
Awesome. Yeah, it's fucking awesome. But we'll get into that. First off, though, we need to get started with some NFL news that was slightly alluded to, but confirmed over the past couple days. Davante Adams is fucking done.
Yeah, requested to be traded out of there. Does not want to play there anymore.
No, and I mean, dude, I don't think Antonio Pierce wants him to play there anymore either.
Probably not.
Antonio Pierce is like, yo, fuck this guy. Don't want this attitude. Because Davante, for people who don't know, Davante played with, quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers and then Derek Carr forever. So no offense to Gardner Minshew, but when that's your quarterback and you run routes and play wide receiver like Davante Adams, you tend to want the football a lot more than you're probably getting it.
Yep.
And also, you don't have a quarterback who can necessarily throw it to where Davante Adams can go and get the ball. And not everyone knows that you can basically throw it anywhere.
Yep.
So you saw it in
that man Aiden O'Connell and then Gardner Minshew, and he's like, fuck this. I'm done.
I'm out. Dude,
I'm too old for this shit, man.
You saw it in the receiver show, too. He was pissed. He was
Jimmy
already...
G. Yeah, done.
Jimmy G. Fucking, he's like, get this motherfucker out of here. And then this year, he's just like, all right, yeah, we're done. We're cooked.
Yeah, the man realizes that he is older, and he's like, you know what? I just don't have to do this.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, hey, like, at least he was about it. Like, I mean, obviously, there were definitely more conversations behind closed doors, I'm sure, but it's pretty known to the public already that, yeah, he's like, nah, I'm good. I'm all set.
Yep, so now and all they really want is a second rounder and some slight compensation, and then they're good with it.
Yeah, it seems to be a pretty mutual agreement that he's done.
Yep.
In Vegas. So now it's now the question is, like, where does he go? I mean,
that man's a jet, bro.
Yeah. Like I was gonna say, I wanted to ask the question, but we both knew the answer. Like this is outlined for him to be a New York Jet. It's pretty clear that we're going to see a Packers reunion of Allen Lazard, Davante Adams, and Aaron Rodgers. But if he does become a Jet, Garrett Wilson.
He's gonna leave, like eventually.
I mean, is he gonna leave? Does he change positions? Because he plays from the X spot right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does he move?
He could go to the slot, I guess.
I mean, I just thought of that kind of now as I mentioned it. Like, could he be a little more lethal from the slot? And it's kind of he's that young dude who's just speedy.
I mean, the slot works well for Chris Godwin, and we all know that he's a top end talent. So
yeah, exactly. So maybe maybe it'll work out. Let's.
And in reality though, like now sitting here thinking about it, going even deeper into the topic, it might help him.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Because you got to think, because if they got Davante Adams, he's no longer going to be guarded by every team's corner one.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's no longer getting the sauce, the PS2. He's not getting the top end corners anymore. He's usually going to get your slot corner or like a nickel corner, and it's like, okay, that's not Patrick Surtain. That's not Sauce Gardner.
Yeah, and when it comes to slot corners, there's like a limited amount who are known. I think it's like Kenny Moore.
Yeah,
and that's like the slot corner that everyone knows that even Tom Brady can shake your hand, you got to be it. But that's like the only slot corner. Obviously, I'm biased because it's a Colts slot corner, so it's the only one I can think of. But I mean, there you go. I think we already worked this out in our brains. So maybe once Robert Saleh gets fired, we kind of go fix things up. We have a lot of teams to manage. Holy shit, we're kind of stacking our schedule a little too high.
We are, but I think we can manage it.
Yeah. It's just kind of like phone calls. Hey, do this. Hey, do that. Kind of deal. But yeah, if Garrett Wilson does go to the slot, and you got Davante and you got Allen Lazard, you have a pretty decent setup for Aaron Rodgers to just kind of keep wheeling and dealing.
You still have Mike Williams.
Yeah, right. I mean, hey, he's he's still good. In case everyone forgot too. I mean, we saw it over this past week. He's still catching footballs like a crazy motherfucker. He can draw that defensive pass interference better than most because he'll still go for the ball even if it's about to hit the corner in the back of the head.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, that's crazy.
Or he's going to be a Saint.
Too, I was going to say, other than that, he might be a Saint because he wants to go back with Derek.
Just his college quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And why he went to the Raiders to begin with.
Yeah, so I don't think the Saints need him.
They don't.
I mean, it
wouldn't hurt them.
Yeah, I was going to say, anyone could really need Davante Adams. It wouldn't hurt, but I know that you don't want that.
I don't. I don't want to see that man twice a year. Absolutely not.
Because he's got what? Let's say 3-4 years left.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I don't want him there. It makes sense that the Jets or the Saints would be his top two. But now my question for you is like, out of the obvious, the two that we talked about, where would you like to see him play?
Whew. I mean, hey, Indy could always use a solid receiver. But let me pull the Chris Ballard card and say I like our guys because that's worked out really well so far.
Yeah.
But I do. I like our guys as far as like receivers go. We'll get into it here when we do the NFL preview.
Okay, let me reword. Where would you like to see him go that is also realistic?
Okay, there we go. That's probably a better question. You're right. Okay. You know what? Let me go through because nowhere back in the NFC North. Because I was gonna say, could he go back to Green Bay? Nah, they already got their young guys. I think maybe somewhere like Baltimore. Help out Zay a little bit.
Baltimore would be cool.
That's like one. You got Derrick Henry, Zay Flowers, Davante Adams. Then the tandem of Isaiah Likely and Mark Andrews, who's been shitting the bed, but Isaiah Likely's been there.
Which is just realistically Isaiah Likely and the 20% of snaps Mark Andrews actually comes on the field.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And Everyone's been saying, okay, let's talk about the unrealistic one real quick. Everyone's been saying the Chiefs.
Absolutely not.
Are you fucking crazy?
Division rivals, and you're going to give him Davante Adams? Absolutely not.
And let's take that out of the fucking mix. Even Davante Adams to the Chiefs, any team like the Bills already fucked up by giving him Worthy in the draft, and
I think Goodell would just veto that. And he's like,
yeah,
absolutely not.
the presidential veto. Like, no, we're not doing that. But yeah, I see that. If you wanted to get weird with it, you could like if you wanted to put him on a weird team, kind of like a DeAndre Hopkins type of deal, where he just went to a team that gave him no value whatsoever. You could do like the Broncos, go help out Cortland a little bit. But that's more on like the side of like, oh no, teams are calling, let me go. But as we know, teams are already calling for him. What about you? What do you see as realistic?
My top two that I would like and that would still make sense. One, Buffalo.
Yeah.
That'd be tough.
Yeah.
I would like to see a Davante Adams, Josh Allen, because their wide receiver one is Khalil Shakir. So getting hurt Davante Adams at all.
No.
And two, Washington. Jaden Daniels is already proven that he's like that. Yeah. And as they're already doing great with a subpar wide receiver core. I mean, Terry McLaurin catches everything. But other than him,
Terry and Davante, oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, you could that might turn from 42 points to like 56, 63 points a game, which
that's
is
what I'm saying.
Oh man, yeah.
Because Terry McLaurin's got the speed. Davante Adams has got the route running.
And he can make up for those rookie passes that sometimes fall short. Like it's not even happening really for Jaden Daniels, but it's gonna
82% of his passes are completed.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like clearly it's not a problem for Jaden, but for the 18% of the time it is, you still have fucking Davante Adams. So it might go it might go up.
I'd love to see that. I would really like to see that.
I think that's my new one now that you've kind of laid it out.
Dude, it'd be kind of sick.
It would be. I got a buddy who's a Commanders fan, and he'll like send me stats and shit every day. So I've been getting annoyed with the Commanders, but seeing Davante on there would be sweet. And as long as I tell him to be quiet enough, maybe he'll stop shoving the Commanders down my throat. It's mostly just like look at how much better he is than Caleb Williams, and it's like, dude, I got to worry about my own quarterback right now. I can't do this.
You're like, thank you for telling me things I already know.
Yeah,
and it's like I already hate one team in your division. So like, leave me alone. Like,
right? It's just like, let's not.
And I think everyone that's not a Cowboys fan also has a little bit of built-in hate for the Cowboys. So make it two teams in your division.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like predetermined hate. Yeah. I already want the Cowboys to fail. I'm happy to see them failing. Giants, obviously, yeah. Well, oh boy, what a horrible game that was.
But, and the Eagles are already kind of annoying. So like, Washington might be my favorite team in that division. Like, before you talk about it. So like, don't annoy me with it. So I actually stick to them being my favorite.
Exactly. Don't make me hate the entire NFC East for no reason. Like, because I have wrong division, wrong conference, like nothing to do with me, but I could still, but no, that would be sweet. I could see Davante going over to Washington, but obviously, like we said, it's more than likely going to be the Jets, just because that's how the storybook is written right now.
Jets and Saints are like 1A, 1B. Like,
But hey, a man can dream. A man can dream. Jaden getting another weapon on top of his success already would be just OP as fuck.
They could win that division.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, shoot, they're already on fucking par.
They already are. They're already, I think, number one in the division.
Yeah, since week 2. Like they're 3-1. Like, wheeling and dealing. So Davante going to Washington would be sick. I mean, for me, Baltimore would be good for Lamar now that he had a good game. So he's kind of back maybe a little bit, but also we'll get into preview because, he's got Bengals this week. So
yeah, we'll talk about the teams more in depth when we get there.
Exactly. But other than that, I mean, other than the NFL news, because that's like the biggest NFL thing, but what we need to do is we need to talk about basketball.
The prophecy.
The prophecy. The
I'm a
prophecy of Pip.
I'm a fucking NBA prophet.
So yeah, for all of you who don't know, if you're one of a newer listener, or if you've been listening from the beginning, you kind of already know. But Karl Anthony-Towns is getting worked into a trade deal to go to
I
New
called that
York.
shit 4 months ago. 4 months ago, I got on here. It was like our 4th overall episode. Right? You know, the Timberwolves were starting to struggle. Cat was like playing like dog shit. And I came on here and I said they are going to trade Karl Anthony-Towns.
Yeah.
And it was like, no way. Because I even talked about it at work. And they were like, dude, absolutely, dude, there's no shot that's going to happen. I was like, bro, I'm telling you, they're going to trade him. And for any of the new listeners that don't believe me, go look at the episode. It's online. It's on film. I called that shit 4 months ago that he was going to be traded.
Yeah, and I mean,
I'm a prophet.
That's what it is. It's as simple as that. It's the best move for them too. Like what you said during that time was it is the best move for them to kind of like get to that next step. And I agreed at the time. So I'm glad I took your side and didn't try to be some like fucking contrarian for no reason, because I'd rather be on the right.
Man.
Yeah. I want to be on the right side of history for this one. So I'm glad you were right. I'm glad that the Prophet Pip once again has put his hands out. Because if you look back at any of our takes, essentially from older episodes, anything that isn't our weekly bets, we've been
anything
right
that's not gambling, like we're on it.
Yeah, we've been kind of calling it out. So yeah, Karl Anthony-Towns, it's New York, right? He's going to Knicks. That's what the trade deal was.
For Davante DiVincenzo and Julius Randle.
Yeah. So
I am upset though that the Knicks just broke away the power of friendship. It's kind of upsetting.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm going to be honest with you, because like I did say that they were going to trade him. Do I like the trade? No, not really. I like it for the Knicks.
Yeah.
I don't think the Timberwolves necessarily improved anyway by doing that. Because even Knicks fans will probably tell you Julius Randle does not play well off ball. So just bringing him as like another big, bro, he doesn't do anything. Like he's a power forward that likes to ISO people and subpar shooting. I mean, probably in position aspect, he's probably more of a higher end of a power forward shooting the basketball. But I don't think I'd want to bring in a guy to take me to the next level that doesn't usually play well off ball. And who knows? He might come into Minnesota, buy into the whole this is Anthony Edwards' team, as everyone already knows. And maybe he does start playing great off ball. You can't go wrong picking up Davante DiVincenzo. That's great.
Yeah.
He's going to be a good piece to come off the bench, but I don't like the thinking of our Karl Anthony-Towns replacement is Julius Randle.
That's fair. I mean, I guess it depends on how you're looking at it. Do you think it's like them trying to replace him, or do you think it's them just kind of trying to bolster up their roster because they have a center, they have enough talent on the roster just kind of with Anthony Edwards by himself. So really any help that Anthony can get is going to be good. And adding those two is decent, but I agree from as I've been trying to dive deeper and deeper into the NBA,
also Julius Randle is historically not healthy.
Yeah, I was going to say, trying to listen. I said that I was just about to say, like, from what I've read, that was the biggest concern with Julius going over there is going to be his health. So
if he stays healthy, don't get me wrong, he is 100% your second option when it comes to scoring, and still a guy that could easily give you 20 a night. But that is with the ball in his hand all the time.
Which isn't going to happen as often.
Hell no.
Hell no. Absolutely not.
Get traded to the Timberwolves and go tell Anthony Edwards that you're going to have the ball in your hand. He's probably going to laugh at you.
More than likely. But yeah, I mean, the prophecy became true. We did it. We're on our way getting geared up for NBA season. Right before the show, we were looking. The preseason is actually starting in like 4 days.
Bro, I've already turned down 3 contracts from ESPN off that take alone. So
it's what it is. That's what happens when you're building a brand. The big guys come in and they want to take you, but There's
I'm
a
not
brand
gonna
to
do
be
it.
built here. Yeah, it's middle of the pack. We're the ones who are going to be breaking the news, giving you the proper analysis. Don't listen to our bets, probably, at least for now.
Not
Hey,
yet.
the next bet is the best bet. All right. Next bet
Absolutely.
is the best bet. That's the only one I'm looking forward to. I love the next one. I'm loving the board this weekend. So get ready. It's going to be exciting. But yes, Pip is a profit. ESPN analytics essentially just exploded trying to figure out the mind of this man. So,
They literally offered me to be the head talker on First Take, and I was like, I don't want it.
yeah, just let Stephen A. just sit there, fall into obscurity, and then maybe we'll just have middle of the pack. We'll just replace First Take altogether.
I'm down. We can do that.
Yeah, but we'd have to clean it up.
Yeah.
We're fucked.
But whoever brings in middle of the pack is already going to win. So
True. I mean, it's just be house is clean first day. Come on now. Start canceling shows week after week.
it's
First
just
take,
us.
Pat McAfee, fucking pardon the interruption, gone. Just middle of the pack.
It's just 6 hours straight of middle of the pack. Yeah.
Just reruns.
Just
Hey guys, we're
6
still
hours
here.
straight.
Hour 6. Still right again.
We're now talking about cricket.
Hey, I know a cricket guy. We could get him on.
Yeah.
There you go. But yeah, other than that, the other NBA news is actually pretty sad. So being right is awesome, but it does come at a cost. And the cost this time was our hero of 2012, 2013, Derrick Rose.
The youngest MVP.
Is retired.
This is everyone around our age group just idolizing this man because special.
This was like the beginning of your teenage years. You're like, all right, I'm getting more and more into sports, and not only that, I'm starting to understand how they work. So you're like sitting there, and those first few years, you get to see the greatness of Derrick Rose before you.
Yes,
so
it was beautiful. It was like watching like super young, athletic LeBron play in a 6'3" point guard. It was beautiful.
That's pretty fucking sick. I mean, just dude, you can't really get over that. But yeah, he's finally called it quits. What could have been, that's going to be everyone's story. It still has been everyone's story, like every single year.
He's the greatest what if story in sports, bro.
Mm-hmm. Just because of the insanity, like took a team that was nothing and was taking them to the playoffs, taking them probably was going to win a couple
NBA MVP at 22.
Yeah. Psychotic. It was so awesome to watch though. So Derrick Rose, yeah, he called it finally. I don't know. We're going to miss you, man. You gave us hope when we were younger. You gave us an introduction, a beautiful introduction to basketball. Because even for me as a young teen, somebody who's, oh God, how old was I at the time? Like 13, 14. So at this point, I'm still like 5 foot. So it gave me hope that I could be like, oh yeah, I could get there. I could be a point guard.
I could do it.
I could do it. It didn't happen. I only got about 7 more inches, and we called it over here. But
I mean, I think at 13, I was like 5'10".
Oh, shut up. Like whatever, bro.
I had hope.
Man, yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, then it's worse for you because you were like, I can be Derrick Rose.
Bro, I went like 2 seasons in middle school, like wearing Adidas D Rose. I was wearing D Roses, bro.
He was an icon for the young teens. I mean, even obviously the adults loved him, but yeah, you guys don't understand. When we were teenagers and we just saw this dude come into the league so young and just fucking electric off the bat, like it got me to watch more NBA just because I wanted to watch him. I was trying to get
that have only got into the NBA for the past couple years, even like the last like 5. Imagine it's just like probably a faster Ja Morant.
Yeah,
pretty much.
I mean, yeah, because
except he was better skill wise in Chicago than Ja, but like the electrifying, the plays, incredible athleticism, stupid fast, dunks on everybody.
His crazy games later on meant more too, because it was like, it was either with the
man dropped 50 on the Timberwolves.
Yeah. And it meant a lot to a lot of people, and everyone was like, Like all the young kids are like, okay, but it's like, dude, that's D-Rose.
Dude, yeah, he came back.
Yeah,
And he
that was
can
like
still score 50.
that was a night of hope for everybody. That was Lil Pump made a song about him
Yep.
where he literally just said his name over a shitty beat for
D-Rose,
2.5
D-Rose, D-Rose.
minutes. Like there was no effort because that's all you needed to do is just say D-Rose.
Icon.
Yeah,
An
icon. Thank you for your service, D-Rose. We appreciate you. You gave many kids hope. But we're gonna love this transition. Speaking of Rose,
One's permanently gone.
yeah, one's gone forever. Baseball legend, the fucking man who could hit any ball ever, Pete Rose, passed away. So that's a fucking legend in baseball. Even we know that as people who do not follow baseball really until the playoffs come around. Everyone knows who Pete Rose was, though. He was that dude who got kicked out of ever getting into the Hall of Fame, a lifetime ban. But a lot of people are saying the lifetime's over.
The lifetime is over.
Is there going to be a posthumous Hall of Fame induction? Probably. Is it going to matter as much? No. This is not going to be like, it's not going to be like Reggie getting his Heisman back. It's like, it's just going to be like, okay, this was purely just for the press. This was just for...
Literally, we're doing this because he died.
Yep. Which, I mean, hey, dude, like, dude bets on a couple games, like, whatever. Likes to gamble a little bit. He's betting on his team, you know? That's what they said. But yeah, like, baseball legend out of the mix. And also, I mean, back to NBA, Mutombo. Dude, the legend. The legend. That's right. Mr. Finger waving. No. Like, obviously, I did not watch Mutombo growing up, but I mean, I saw him in the commercial and I was like, this guy means something. And so then I look up and I just see like one of the most defensively dominant players I've ever watched. Just huge motherfucker stuffing the ball back in multiple players' faces. So that's another legend gone too. 2 legends in a week. We got one legend retiring.
Mutombo was young, man.
Yeah. I
like
didn't
56, 57.
Yeah, and like we were saying, we didn't even know he had.
I didn't know he had cancer.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, dude passed away. So that sucks.
Just woke up to an ESPN notification and it was like NBA legend Dikembe Mutombo has passed away, and I was like, where the fuck did that come from?
Yeah, I thought something like, I mean, not saying that cancer's not drastic. I thought something more sudden had happened. I guess.
Yeah, like
suddenly
ran over, shot, something like random.
Exactly, but no, it's just kind of like boom. He was fighting this battle for a while. Unfortunately,
silence,
didn't go his
bro.
way. Yeah, I mean, hey man, that's what some people do. They just want to be the silent warriors. But Mutombo was a fucking legend, a G on defense. I mean, for me, obviously, just like an iconic commercial cameo, but then to see his greatness, like getting onto the YouTube highlights and just being like, who is this man? How do I spell his name so I can look him up? And then just seeing that was pretty sweet. So it's always good when you get to see these legends and they're appreciated through multiple generations rather than just the people who saw him play. So with people like Mutombo and Pete Rose, you kind of get to see that. Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, rest in peace to them. God, they got to go and really have a good run at it. Unfortunately, ended a little too soon for Mutombo, but he was awesome. So, R.I.P.
Absolutely.
Other than that, I guess before we get into football, we got a quick little baseball update. Yours is more positive than mine.
Yeah, the Padres beat the Braves.
Yeah, Padres are up.
Game 1 of the wild card. Padres beat the Braves.
Game 2 will have happened once this episode is up, so I guess it's just kind of up to fate, you know?
No, the Padres are moving on.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, lock it in. I mean,
for sure.
Tatis, dude, smacked that motherfucker out of the atmosphere.
Yep.
That was a sick home run. For me, it's just Brewers are down versus the Mets, and I hate it too because everyone, all these fucking New Yorkers, just like, team of destiny, we can do it. I hope you don't. I hope that it is just a fucking 1-2 series loss. Y'all get your one. We just take the series. So obviously everyone is going to know what happened before I am because, like I said, this is coming out a Thursday morning. But please, this is all I
They're
wanted.
gonna win, man. Don't worry.
I know.
Don't worry.
This is all I wanted. I wanted the Brewers to just make it past the wild card. This is all I needed. So Brewers obviously won 2-1 for the series, so that's awesome to see. I have hope. We are a good team this year. I believe. So let's get it done.
You got it.
We got it. But there you go. That's your baseball update. That's all we got. I know we said that we would do stuff more in the playoffs, but this is like wild card, so it's like preseason playoffs.
Yeah, it's not really the playoffs yet.
Yeah.
So we'll get there
next week.
We'll get there
next week. Pending any more hurricanes next week.
Pending the results of the said games we talked about.
Oh yeah. If my team's out, fucking.
Yeah, if the Padres lose, like I'm done.
We'll see you in the World Series. We'll talk about the World Series for 30 seconds.
And that's it.
I don't know. Or maybe we'll just be like, hey, these guys won.
Yeah. They won this.
Once we're getting paid to do this shit every day, I'll get into baseball a lot more. But for the now, I don't got time for that shit. Yeah, no. But let's get into football. The shit that we always want to talk about, the shit that we're constantly talking about, whether it's on air or off air. We have some wonderful, wonderful games coming up. I love them. It's not anything fancy. It's not anything beautiful, but it's just we got a lot of from what I've seen, some good division games, and then games of teams we did not think were going to be talented, but are actually talented playing each other. So we're going to go into that. We actually get to start off on Thursday. So Thursday, tonight, for all of you watching this, we got the Buccaneers at the Falcons and
division game.
Yeah, division game, and also two teams that we did not necessarily think were going to be as talented as they are doing pretty decent. Like the Falcons, I think they're sitting at 2-2, right?
Yep, 2-2. Yeah,
2-2, but a hard fought 2-2, I guess, more than other people have. And the Buccaneers, I mean
Baker's in MVP talks, man.
Bro, Baker's back. After this past week, I think he is officially back. Like I was saying it at the beginning of the season because he just started off hot, but even after he faltered for one game, just slightly declined. Immediate bounce back. So I'm liking this game. This is a Thursday game. I'm actually excited to watch.
I'm definitely going to be watching it.
Yeah. So, and then we got on the other side, Falcons. Yeah, I think they're just kind of in this figure out phase. They just need to figure some shit out. It's the first year. You got Kirk. You got to figure out what your receivers are going to do.
Throw to Kyle Pitts.
We're waiting.
I'm just glad I didn't take him in fantasy again.
I know. It's like this time we actually figured it out and said, you know what? We need to quit him. We can't do this. We can't.
I'm not trusting it this year. Nope. Can't do it.
And it worked out because you know there was a very high percentage of people who still did.
Absolutely, my brother did.
Yep. There you go.
My thing is my take of the Falcons and Kyle Pitts is they're trying to move him around into different positions, whether it be at wide receiver or tight end. He is a tight end.
Mm-hmm.
Moving him out wide, you're now placing him against corners who are way faster and way better at coverage than your average linebacker. And it's just not going to work. Like last week when they played the Saints, they had that man lined up against Marshawn Lattimore.
Yeah.
Like, bro, that's not going to work. That doesn't work for most wide receivers. And you think your tight end can do it? Probably not. Your tight end's not routing up a star corner. Like, it's just not going to happen.
No. There was no way that was ever going to happen. I'm sure there's going to be like 2 games where all of a sudden it's just kind of like, oh yeah, Kyle Pitts. He's a fast, big, basically receiver playing a tight end, and he's going to make some plays, and everyone's going to be like, oh, is there hope? But so far, we're getting really nothing.
It's still kind of wild, though. They take this man, and he got drafted 4th, right?
Was it 4th or 8th? Might have been 4th. Oh, shit. I don't know. It's been a minute.
Either way, taking a tight end in the top 10.
Yeah.
Because I know it was that for sure.
Yes.
and then even possibly taking him in the top 5. I know you're fact checking that,
I
but
think, yeah, let's say it's
you're not
still
using him. Like, you don't use him. Like, you put a top 10 pick on this man.
no, you nailed it. 4th overall. Yeah.
4th. Okay, I was right. So taking a tight end in the top 5, already a wild thing to do. And then you don't even utilize him? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, no, it's crazy. I mean, we're gonna see what happens, but right now, oddly enough, which is kind of weird to me, but Falcons are actually -1.5.
Yeah, they're favored.
Yeah, so I like the Buccaneers +1.5. I
I
wouldn't
like
even.
I like the money line of Tampa Bay plus 105.
Yeah, see, I know you're a money line guy.
I am.
I kind of like that spread 1.5, but yeah, money line. I mean,
I also
we're
like
both.
I like the over.
Yeah, 43.5. Oh, yeah, I can see that. Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. I
And
mean, you got to get
wherever,
hot eventually.
I don't know of individual stats. I don't know the individual over unders for this game's projection, but I couldn't imagine that Bijan's line couldn't be more than 25 receiving yards, but I would take it. I'd take
Yep.
the over on that.
Yeah.
Because one thing, the Bucks led up, I don't remember if it was number 1 receiving yards to running backs, or I know it was in the top 3 of allowing receiving yards to running backs. And they don't allow runs. Like, they have a great run defense. So
Yeah.
I would definitely look, and Bijan can catch, as we all know. I would definitely feel very comfortable of like a over 25.5 receiving yards for Bijan.
Yeah,
That's
no,
pretty comfortable.
definitely. And I mean, overall for the game, it's like I feel like the Buccaneers are going to be continuing this little run. They're a good team. It's been
They are.
established. We're in week
They are.
5 now. You know, we've seen the 4 game. This is like we got preseason for 3 weeks, and then you got 4 games to see what teams are really about. And now we're kind of getting to that area, October football. You know,
It's
October
time to start
football.
winning games.
Yeah, exactly. We don't got any more time to mess around anymore. We figured out who we are. And I feel like in this case, it's the Buccaneers over the Falcons. It's in Atlanta, but I mean, to me, that doesn't really matter because Baker's back.
Yeah, Baker's back.
So we got money line, the over. I mean, the spread. Fucking pick your poison. I think I see the Bucks for all of these.
Yeah, it's pretty
So
safe.
yeah, there you go. And I mean, we'll see what Kirk can do. I don't know, Kirk. Figure it out, buddy. Like, you got it. Obviously it's an Achilles injury, but figure it out.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah,
You're making a lot of money to figure it out.
exactly. Next, we got the Jets and the Vikings.
In London
London.
at 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah, 8:30 in the morning Central, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Jets at the Vikings. That doesn't make sense, but that's just how football works. You know, you're somewhere. Someone's got to be the home team. So the Vikings.
Bro, the Vikings win this game.
Yeah.
This just is what it is. Sam Darnold is great, apparently. And I still think there's a possibility that I don't think he's been. I think the people that were on the PUP list are eligible to come back this week, aren't they?
Yeah, this is week 5, so that's Jordan Addison.
No, Jordan Addison's back.
Sorry.
I'm talking about Hawk.
Yeah, Hawk.
Right now, his estimated return date is Sunday.
Another weapon.
Another one. And also a top end tight end. Like, that's not just your regular average guy. TJ Hawkinson is very good.
Another thing that middle of the pack was right about. Naylor's been good.
Yeah, he has.
We said this in the preseason that Minnesota's kind of becoming this wide receiver U of the NFL in the sense of every receiver they've drafted over these past few years have just shown out, and Naylor is another example of that. Because Addison was a beast last year. He's been good. Justin Jefferson's still the best receiver in the league. Just like insane plays every week. So glad I took him. But yeah, the Vikings are good. Kevin O'Donnell is a good coach. Obviously, when you have somebody like Kirk, who was always known as this mid quarterback, always number 16. And then all of a sudden, before his injury last year, he was leading the NFL in just about every single statistical category. And now we have Sam Darnold doing the exact same thing, essentially, except for passing yards, but passing touchdowns. I mean, yards per attempt. Like, Sam Darnold is being USC Sam Darnold, and Kevin O'Donnell brought it out. Or O'Connell. Sorry, fuck. Kevin O'Connell's brought that out of him. I see the Vikings winning this because the Jets don't have Davante yet.
No, they don't.
They don't. So,
and I don't know what's not clicking for the Jets because they definitely have the roster.
Yeah,
but it's just not working.
No,
you scored 9 points against the Broncos.
Yeah,
you let a team beat you that had -7 passing yards at halftime.
You cannot do that.
Yeah, no,
cannot do that.
Not with that roster. You can't let that happen. And the way that the Vikings are moving right now, I don't think they lose.
No shot. I mean, it's kind of writing's on the wall. The Vikings are going to be good, and if they keep having opponents that are struggling like this, it's just going to be consistent domination.
I'm gonna give a little side note since we've talked about two people already.
Yeah.
As a Panthers fan, do you know how much it hurts knowing that the two best quarterbacks in the league right now are Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold?
But you have the Frank Reich alibi.
That's true, I do. But like, it's like they were on the roster at the same time.
I know. And
then they leave, and it's like, oh, we're just going to be the best quarterbacks as of right now in football. And it's like, well, this is upsetting.
Yeah. I mean, dude, it's just that's the reality that we live in. Our teams consistently fail us in different ways, and for you right now, yeah, it's quarterbacks. I mean, this is also we didn't even mention too. This is also a revenge game for Sam Darnold. So it's kind of like a, you guys don't know what you had until it was gone type of deal.
So we also get to watch Sauce and Justin Jefferson.
Oh, yeah, true. That's going to be good. That's going to be a good matchup. But what do we got right here for the Jets and Vikings? We have, Minnesota's -2.5. I mean, money line, that's, come on now. Like, under 40.5.
You never know. Because the Vikings can put up a lot of points.
And the Jets did not last week.
But they could. But they have the roster to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, absolutely.
I'm going over 40.5.
Okay. Yeah, over 40.5. If it's like a fucking pick 'em, Vikings money line. I mean the spread. Yeah, the spread's like -2.5. It's just kind of like Vikings are winning the game.
Yep.
That's all you really need to know. And then if you want to add a little sprinkle on top, you need to take the over because it's definitely possible. So there you go. Jets need to figure some shit out. They need Davante is what they need.
They'll get him.
But yeah, we talked about that. We already figured that part out for them. You're welcome. Next up.
Division game.
So that's what makes me nervous. And we're going to get into
the Jaguars fucking suck.
I know. And I shouldn't. I think it's just PTSD.
And so I'll let you know right now. Everyone has heard your beef and deep hatred with Daniel Jones. Well, I have the same type of hatred for Trevor Lawrence. So
okay.
And statistically, Trevor Lawrence is just Daniel Jones with long hair because they both really fucking suck. And anybody that hears me say that and they're like, "Oh, there's no way." Go look at their stats side by side. Get back to me.
That's true. I have received this picture from you.
Daniel Jones is actually better.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence blows, but he has nice hair, so he's cool. No, I've hated that man since Clemson.
Yeah, I've never liked him either. Obviously, putting him on the Jaguars just made it even worse. So, I love to see this man fail. This has been great to see, great to watch. But right now, the Jaguars are -3. come on,
Yeah,
guys. Don't do this.
dude, I'm taking Indy money line, bro.
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
100%. Dude, I'm taking the under. Like, absolutely.
Oh yeah. I think this is gonna be a Jonathan Taylor game.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this is gonna be a Jonathan Taylor game, and then we're just kind of hoping that the momentum of our defense carries over into this week as well, just to continually stifle. It was just the Jaguars put up a little bit of a fight with Houston. I think that's what kind of had me a little bit worried. I just don't want to give the Jaguars their first win.
Why is Jonathan Taylor questionable?
It's nothing serious. He's going to play. I think it was
I
just
think
like
Anthony Richardson's playing too.
Yeah, the hip a little bit. 39 for 77 so far this season too. I just want to point that out. Come on, buddy. Give me a little more. But
don't worry. Even if he goes down or if he doesn't play, you have Flacco.
Exactly. And I did say this to you before the show, and I need to make it known right now that I did set my expectations too high for Anthony Richardson this season. Last season, before he started, I had said the one thing I wanted to see was a beautiful deep ball to a receiver for a touchdown. That's really all I wanted. And I already got that this year in week 1. So truly, I should be satisfied for the year as far as Anthony Richardson goes, because this motherfucker has not played football.
No.
I mean,
if that's your expectation last year was to see a deep ball, you'll get plenty of those because that's the only ball he can fucking throw. So
don't do that to me. But yeah, I mean, it's true though. Like his short ball accuracy is 10 feet too high. So he needs to figure out how to control that fucking cannon of an arm he has. He is an extremely psychotic athlete, like an insane athlete. But we just need to rein him in, and I need to be okay with this year being the year that we try to do that. So
yeah,
I think that's what I have to come to peace with. So for right now, let's just hope that our defense and Jonathan Taylor can take it. Colts money line. The Jaguars are horrible. Let's all pray for Trevor Lawrence's downfall to continue to be as fantastic as it has been, because we've already talked about this. The Jaguars on paper, they did look good. They had a talented roster, but every single person on that roster has been underperforming except for like Tank Bigsby,
who wasn't supposed to be doing this because they are like Travis Etienne 100% all the time. He is great. And then your Tank Bigsby comes in and it's averaging like fucking something absurd, like 9 yards per carry. And it's like, oh.
So I guess we're dealing with that now. But yeah, I mean, if that's your number one right now, I'm comfortable with that. So yeah, let's do it, man. Let's do Colts money line. All right, there we go. Moving on to the next game. Bills at the Texans. So the Texans, who I just
going to be a good one.
Yeah, it is going to be a good one. The Texans, who I just talked about, they almost dropped one to Jacksonville, but wait a minute, no, I was going to say, but that was a one-off, but kind of they got hurt the week before as well, so maybe it's a slow, meteoric rise back to where they were at before.
Maybe
I see a shootout. I definitely want to see a shootout.
I do too.
I do too. Josh Allen, we've seen that Stephon Diggs was almost in a way holding him back because now he just has these random ass receivers where he can just kind of wheel and deal across the field.
Yeah.
Points. And it's been honestly awesome to see, because we said from the beginning that in order for the Bills to win their games, Josh Allen needs to be the Josh Allen every single week.
And you see what happens when he wasn't? They got curb stomped.
Yep.
Derrick Henry, old man Derrick Henry almost ran for 200.
Yeah, what was that? One run was 87 yards.
The first play of the game.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's what happens when Josh Allen isn't playing like Josh Allen. So he needs to be back now, especially against a team like the Texans, because that if the Bills go to the playoffs, that's more than likely going to be one of their competition teams. That's going to be one of the teams that they have to beat. So they need to kind of impose their will now.
Do not lack on any weapons. So
no,
especially because Joe Mixon's expected to return this game. So
yeah, Joe Mixon's returning. Nico Collins is a fucking dog.
Nico Collins has over 100-yard lead on the reception yards leader in the league.
Mm-hmm.
No one's even close.
And I mean, and still, like the other receivers are doing good. Like Stephon Diggs is still playing very well.
Yep. He had his first rushing touchdown of his career.
Yeah,
last
and
week.
didn't he have a passing? No, wait. I feel
He
like
did pass it.
Yeah, he did? Okay.
He did.
I just want to make sure I remembered that right. Yeah. So Stephon Diggs is still doing just fine where he's at.
Yep.
And that kind of, if we're doing storylines, we have that narrative too. We have that little revenge game narrative. Get to see a little bit of maybe some spiciness from Stephon Diggs. No, okay, we're definitely getting spiciness from
100%.
Diggs.
Dude, I would not be surprised if Stephon Diggs got fucking 20 targets this game.
Oh yeah, like, he's getting fed, and he's going to be talking his shit
all week long. He is probably in CJ Stroud's ear, like, bro, I want to kill them.
Oh man,
I mean, as a Stephon Diggs fantasy owner, I would be more than happy to watch it happen.
I mean, yeah, you gotta love that
because you got to put your best corner on Nico Collins, like you have to.
Yeah, that's the best. That's the best route to take. Bills are still -1, and it's even right now.
Yeah, I saw that.
So
I'm going Texans, bro.
I think given like on each team's like under optimal performance, yeah, I would take the Texans. So even if they're both good, like if CJ Stroud's just straight up in his bag, which like we just said, he's going to have to be for Stephon Diggs to have his game alongside with having Nico Collins. You kind of got to take.
I think when you just break down the offenses, it's like, okay, Bill's got the better quarterback right now.
Yep.
I'd say running backs, I think that's probably an even kill. I don't really think it'd be a difference if you interchange them. I think Joe Mixon and James Cook are fairly similar. But then you look at the options and the receiving cores, and it's like, oh, tight end probably breaks even. Maybe slightly in the favor of Kincaid. But Schultz is not a joke either. But the receiving core itself.
Yeah, and we haven't even seen Tank Dell break out yet.
Nope. He hasn't had to.
Yeah.
He hasn't had to do anything.
He just sat there and watch his team win. I mean, yeah, the Texans are looking good.
And the Bills don't even have corners at all. So
this might be another like 2 in a row for the Bills, where it's just kind of like that whole narrative of the Bills every single season where they go off and they lose. Like
Von Miller suspended.
That's right. Yep, that's right. We did miss that. Yep, Von Miller suspended.
No pass rush.
Uh-oh.
So last thing you want to do is give CJ Stroud a clean pocket.
Yep. That man loves his pocket.
Yeah, he'll find it.
Yep. So yeah, I think we're both in agreement here. Since I have decided to respect the Texans, I'm gonna take the Texans. They are a good team. Yeah. You're fucking really welcome, Jackson, because you talked a lot of shit after week 1, and I've been nice to you. So you're welcome. But yes, Texans are gonna beat the Bills. Let's do that. Let's take it. Next up, we have a horrible. Dude, I
don't want to watch this game.
I'm not even gonna be like. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna like.
The only reason I will see anything of this game is if someone actually scores, because it'll be on Red Zone. Exactly. So I expect during the morning slate, like the noon slate, that this game will be showed the absolute least on NFL Red Zone.
1,000%. So
the ball just might stay at like half field the whole game.
I was gonna say. So like, what's the over under as far as how far the ball moves if it does get into the red zone at all?
Yeah, is there a parlay that I can set where how many total yards and I can just put under 200 total between both teams? Like, is that a thing?
So yeah, what this is gonna be like a running back game?
I guess.
That's like the best part of their teams right now because Tyreek, nope, not doing nothing. I mean, it's not like he can because he has Tyler Huntley as quarterback.
You see how mad that man is on the sidelines?
Yeah. Oh, he was talking Tyler Huntley up. He did that to himself. Pre-game, he was like, he's different. No, yeah, he's different. He's not as good as every other starting quarterback in the NFL.
Right.
That's how different he is, buddy. So
right.
That wasn't happening. We talked about this a little bit too, but I feel like this is the perfect take. Maybe this is going to be another prophecy type of thing for middle of the pack, but the Dolphins GM is going to have to get fired. Was it Nick Caserio? Is that right?
I don't even
Did
know.
I just pull that out of my ass? I kind of feel like I did. And I think I'm right. I think I'm right. Hold on.
It'd be kind of impressive if you just pulled out the fucking GM of some random team that you don't even like.
Damn it. It's Chris Greer. It's Chris Greer. I just know that name as like a GM name. So
that guy's in charge of somebody.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Whatever. That doesn't matter. I was wrong. So moving on. But the GM needs to get fired because out of all the options that he had for quarterbacks, he took Tyler Huntley. Like,
yep,
bro. Like we talked about it a little bit. We both know the answer. You need to go get Jameis.
Yep.
You need to go get Jameis. You can get Jameis for cheap. I was being generous, and I said something like a second, third round. Pip was more realistic and said it was more of like a fourth or fifth round. So
and you could do it. They'd probably do it.
I mean, Jameis Winston, the dude who just throws whatever the fucks he wants, like to Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill.
What do you have to lose, really?
Legitimately, like if you're already mailing it in, because Mike McDaniel has always been a very good running offensive coordinator, and then he opened it up with Tua because he had Tyreek and Jalen. Why not give him Jameis to throw to Tyreek and Jalen?
You know Jameis will throw it.
Yeah. All the time. All the time. And I mean, the dude can even scramble a little bit.
A little bit.
He'll get out there. A little bit. He'll get out there.
It'll look funny when he does it, but he'll do it.
He will. And the Patriots, like, what the fuck are they going to do?
Can we be done with the Jacoby Brissett thing?
No, I think we got to suffer all season, dude.
Like, bro, you took somebody top 3.
Yeah, but this is like
bro.
The whole thing is like, this is like the whole, I'm the new coach of the Patriots and this is my culture. So I really need to stick to my guns, even though I have nothing to like build that foundation off of. So I feel like we're going to get at least 3 or 4 more weeks of Jacoby Brissett.
Which is ridiculous because the one time Drake May has played, he played well.
Yeah. And I mean, dude,
it's like you're not winning games anyway. Like, exactly. What's it going to hurt?
If you have no expectations, why not just let the kid go out and just fucking ball out?
Might as well.
Fuck it.
Everyone knows you don't have a good roster. You're not winning games already.
They know you're rebuilding.
Rookie in.
Yeah. Fuck it. There's no reason not to. So this game, yeah, like we said, it's not going to be anything entertaining. We just made it more entertaining talking about the hypotheticals than what this game is really going to be.
I would go put the over on whatever Achan's rushing yards are, and I'd put the over on whatever Ramondre Stevenson's rush yards are. Yeah, I think all they're going to be able to do is just hand the ball off all game. And even then, it's still risky. Like, I still realistically probably wouldn't touch it.
No, I mean, no, maybe the under. It's going to be, but at the same time, too, that's a toss-up. Maybe it's just 2 shitty teams scoring a fuck ton of points against each other. So, yeah.
You never know.
Don't touch it.
Just don't touch it.
This is going to be a weird fucking game, a useless game. Doesn't matter.
Leave off the team props, leave the spread alone, leave the total alone, leave the money line alone, and leave every single player props alone.
Nothing is going to happen.
Nope.
Oh, man. All right. But hey, now we can talk about something where something's happening for both teams. And you can talk to it about us. Like, you can talk to us all about it. Panthers and Bears.
Yeah, what the fuck has happened for the Panthers? We suck.
What are you talking about? The Red Rocket is back.
Yeah, he's been playing well. But it's like, we hung in with the Bengals for like 3 quarters.
Yeah.
I mean, it took 6 players to try to tackle Jamar Chase, and it still didn't work.
Okay.
But we hung in there for a while.
You had to give it up to the Bengals. That was like storybook written. There was nothing you could do about that. That was scripted.
That's true. They had to win. We're going to beat the Bears.
Yeah?
It's also a DJ Moore revenge game.
Oh, fuck. I feel like Andy
we signed Caleb Farley, though.
Andy Dalton was on the Bears, wasn't
he? No. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I think he was.
Yes. Yeah, he's been around
Andy
the world.
Dalton revenge game.
But we signed Caleb Farley.
Okay. There you go.
I like it.
Yeah.
Another tall, fast corner. I like it. Yeah, he didn't pan out in Tennessee, but he was also going through a lot during his tenure at Tennessee. Like, this man's house blew up.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, let the man live a little bit. Give him a second chance. I feel like this could be new life.
I like it, but we need it anyway. We need the help.
Yeah.
But
So
I mean, we're not favored to win. Shocker. But I definitely think there's a world where we do.
I think so too, honestly, because the Bears, everyone is putting a lot of stock onto them that I think it does not belong there yet.
And I would
You know what I
also
mean?
like. I know there's no proof of it on this channel, on this podcast, but historically, I have been a Chuba Hubbard hater, and I'd like to retract my statement. That man is good.
Sorry, man. Hey, my bad, bro.
That man is
you're
good.
Yeah, he's doing.
And
he's doing a lot
I
for you.
think we're figuring out the offense, and I think it's quite simple. You either hand it to Chuba Hubbard or you just throw it to Deontay Johnson, which is all we do, and it works.
I mean, yeah, it's working out pretty well. And then every once in a while, well, of course, taken away last week, but every once in a while you can throw it to Adam Thielen. Is he going to be playing this week or?
Probably not. I think he got put on IR.
Oh shit. That
Yeah,
sucks.
he's on IR.
Fuck. Because I mean, he was doing pretty good as like that.
But the
last second
only
option.
Adam Thielen's always a reliable guy. But the
Yeah.
only thing I got away from last week's game, and the only thing that I genuinely cared about, is my favorite rookie, Xavier Legette,
He
scored a
got
touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Touchdown, bro. I
And
know.
he
I
rode
saw
his
that one.
horse.
Hell yeah. So there you go.
And
I mean, yeah,
if
you
none
got
of you out there know anything about Xavier Legette, go watch all of his interviews, and I promise you're going to love him.
Yeah, it's like the two best rookies, just personality wise or just interview wise, were Xavier Legette and Keon Coleman.
Absolutely. If you want to be entertained and just have a funny laugh and listen to somebody that's just funny, go watch Xavier Legette's interviews.
Mm-hmm. That dude is, and he's just so happy to be there, man.
He is.
he's just
to stay home, bro. Like, he's good.
Mm-hmm. That was
But
good.
then,
But yeah,
okay, enough about my little team. I also don't think the Bears look good either.
Okay, good.
And the only reason I'm not considerably worried about the DJ Moore return game is because they haven't been able to figure it out together yet.
He does not like Caleb Williams.
No.
He does not. He misses Justin.
Absolutely. Justin could hit him.
Yeah.
Like, they just connected on their first touchdown last week, and it was because DJ Moore had to make a wild full extension toe tap in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, DJ Moore does not like Caleb Williams. Keenan Allen is nowhere to be found.
Where is he? He's not even on the injury report.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think he's eligible to return this week. That's why. So maybe we'll see Keenan Allen.
JC Horn will shut that down.
Very likely. Very likely.
We've all seen Keenan Allen get a little big body over the offseason. I don't think he's outrunning nobody,
but he's a crispy route runner.
He is a good route runner.
So I mean, yeah, more to be. But JC Horn, yeah, I could definitely see an upset win, like Panthers money line, dude. Fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, from a fan standpoint, I'd probably do it if I was just one of the viewers that have no ties to this game. I probably wouldn't touch it. To be honest, probably wouldn't touch it.
Hey, this is about picks right now. We'll put aside the gambling for right now.
Panthers. I'm taking Panthers, fan. Yeah, I'm taking Panthers money line.
Don't touch this game, but middle of the pack.
If you did,
Panthers money line. I'm just saying.
And all of you out there that had listened to the podcast, y'all know that I'm a very realistic fan.
Oh yeah, like as far as delusion goes, it's all on this side. Over on that side. This week is probably the first week I've been realistic ever. He's been realistic since the jump. So
well, the only time that I've been unrealistic was like before the preseason when we did like what our teams are going to go. I think I said we won like 14 games, but that was obviously a joke.
And also Bryce Young's first drive in the preseason.
Yeah, I also said that was going to be crazy. But then everything after that, I always just say that we're really bad and we suck. So I think the fans know when I'm joking and when I'm not at this point when it comes to the Panthers.
Yeah,
so I'm realistic over here. So when I say that I think we can win, I mean it. No delusion involved.
I as a not Panthers fan, I also believe in this team. I think for this week. I believe in this team against the Bears. And have I been very, very, very fucking annoyed by Bears fans all year? Yes.
Yeah, and
Does
we
that
both
add a
also
little
hate
bit?
Caleb Williams.
Yes. Oh, yeah. And also, yeah, I no interest in that motherfucker. Like,
Yeah, especially after I already didn't like him, and then when they won, he did his little celebration, his little hip hip hooray ass celebration.
what the fuck was that,
Like, bro, you're like flailing your arms and like kicking your feet up while you're jumping, bro. Like,
Get out of
stop.
here. It's just fucking weird.
Yeah, he's weird. The funniest thing I got from the Bears though this week is their official Twitter page posted a punter montage.
Yeah, dude. I mean, he was killing it. Yeah, that's what you got. Like, we get it. Okay, we get the whole joke of like everyone's like, "Oh, special teams matter." Yeah, I get it, but like, not that much.
I think it was like a subtle shot because everybody knows of the text message Caleb Williams sent their punter.
Yeah,
You won't be on the field much this year, and then now they're posting a montage of their punter. Dude, that is the funniest shit.
self-owned to the max, baby.
I love
Let's do it. Go Panthers.
Panthers money line. Keep pounding.
Here's another game.
It is a game.
This game.
Another divisional game.
Mm-hmm. And it's a game where it's kind of like this. Yeah, this is a must win for Cincy, which kind of sucks at the position they're in, but they're the ones who put themselves at 1-3. They need this momentum.
Dude, this game's weird.
It is.
Like watching the Bengals, like everyone knows the Bengals aren't this bad.
Yeah.
Like they're a talented team. But then also at the same time, they've showed that sometimes they suck. But on the flip side, Baltimore has also been like, wow, they're really good. But in the first couple of weeks, it's like, wow, they kind of suck.
This is like, and it's been the same storyline for like since the Bengals have gone to the Super Bowl. Other than the offensive line, the talk has always been about, oh, their defense is lacking, where Joe Burrow has to like make up for it. But then their defense has come in clutch where it matters. Like in playoff games and basically every game against the Chiefs that they won, it was like the defense shutting down Patrick Mahomes at the last second. So the defense is eventually going to do something, and this could be the game, but also at the same time, Lamar Jackson just fucking destroyed Buffalo. So,
but I don't know if you've realized the two games that the Ravens have won, they have finally figured out that really all you need to do is hand it to Derrick Henry, and good things happen.
It's become obvious, and I have I've had to almost bite my tongue about my take earlier because I had the thing. I was like, oh, Derrick Henry might slow down, but
he hasn't.
That motherfucker ain't slow. No.
And dude, he is 6'3", like 245. Like once he hits a top speed of like 20 miles per hour, good luck.
Bro, I thought DeMar Hamlin was going to go down again watching him chase after him.
That to get the stretcher out again.
Boy was getting winded chasing down. Oh my God. That is just because I've already had years of nightmares of Derrick Henry.
You had to live through prime Derrick Henry.
Exactly. And then now I just got to see that, and I just kind of started getting those flashbacks, just like
twitching and shit.
Yeah, just like can't watch that again, man. That was scary. But yeah, Derrick Henry, if he keeps getting the ball, and then they just kind of start giving it a little more. I still like Zay Flowers.
Yep.
Like he still is exactly who I said he was, which is going to be like a solid receiver who should probably break out at some point within this year. He's still doing well.
But it's just the flip side of like, yeah, Zay Flowers is good, but like, who else?
Yeah.
Like Devin Duvernay? No. Yeah, no. It's literally been like their backup running back, Justice Hill. It's like catching passes.
Oh my God. Yeah, I know.
But they are just, it's easy to just say like, oh, they have no receivers, so like I'm going to lean this way. But they are such a dominant run team.
Mm-hmm.
That's like you can't count them out for the simple fact that they're just going to run it on you regardless.
Yeah. Yeah. So
whether it's your quarterback or their now behemoth at running back that is already established as like one of the greatest running backs to ever touch a field. That's
what it's going to be all about really for the Ravens. Like if Derrick Henry just keeps doing Derrick Henry things. And
dude, I don't know if you saw the chart. sorry to interrupt. I don't know if you
No,
saw the
please.
chart, but Derrick Henry may be the last running back that we ever see reach 10,000 yards. We might not see it again.
Oh boy.
So he's only like 700 yards away. And then
damn, yeah.
And then I think the closest person behind him, which is still like 1,500 yards away from 10,000, is Ezekiel Elliott. He's not getting there.
No, he's not.
And I'm talking like, people that don't keep up with a lot of stats, they're probably thinking like Nick Chubb, Christian McCaffrey. They're only at like 6K. Shit. And as you can see, those guys get hurt.
A lot. Well, Nick Chubb, I mean, that was like freak accident, but
yeah. So realistically, Derrick Henry may be the last running back that we see ever hit 10,000 yards because as the way the NFL is moving, probably isn't going to happen again.
Yeah, we're kind of done with that era.
As far as like the two terms of like we're looking most teams going towards a pass heavy offense, and then also as we've all seen, the market for running backs and a star running back is not what it used to be. So Derrick Henry really might be the last 10K rusher that we ever see.
Amen. And I mean, that essentially wraps up what is going to be happening within this game because the Ravens are supposed to be good. The Bengals are supposed to be good. Derrick Henry still is good. Joe Burrow and his offense are still good. Like T and Jamar are still great. But Bengals lacking defense. Ravens just kind of lacking, I don't know, passing, I guess, is like their biggest weakness right now just because they don't have that dynamic playmaking that they're supposed to.
Yeah.
But this game is, to me, very scary to touch.
Yeah, I think this would definitely be one of your parlay busters.
Yeah. So, I mean,
it's kind of just a toss-up of who shows up that day.
I'm trying to think right now, like gun to my head, who I'm picking, and I still can't come up with it. I'm getting shot right now. I'm fucking dead.
Kill me.
Yeah, because this is a game, like probably the first one. All right, let me just do coin toss. It's a coin toss.
I'm going Cincy.
All right, let's do it. Let's ride Cincy. That's
just because this division likes to battle with each other so much. It's in Cincinnati. The Bengals just came off a game where they feel like they're figuring it out.
They're the ones who need the momentum more. Yeah. All right. Fuck yeah. Cincinnati. On to the next. Now this game, I'm really
Commanders money line.
Yeah. Come on now. This game is just going to be like, the Browns kind of suck because no matter what is happening on offense, there is always a position that's lacking that is making them horrible. So whether it be Deshaun Watson not performing, the offensive line not performing, or the receivers not performing, it is holding them back from being a good team. That's just kind of just easy, straight up, not really a lot to talk about. The defense is doing decent. Myles Garrett is always going to be awesome.
But don't worry, Browns fans. Eventually, like soon, I think Nick Chubb is going to come back, and then you can just hand it to him all game.
Yeah, I mean, he was fine. Wasn't he still squatting like 600 in the offseason anyway?
Yeah, which is weird to me that he hasn't been back yet. But he's eligible to return this week. The reports that I read said they don't know if he will or not. I think it's more likely that a week 6 return is probably more likely.
Okay.
But just off being able to play per the PUP list rules, he could play.
Yeah.
He's allowed.
I guess that's like one thing to look forward to. But I mean, honestly, low-key, high-key, fuck the Browns because let's talk about the Commanders. Like,
yeah.
Jaden Daniels.
They're legit. They're legit.
Yeah, they're legit. We kind of went into Jaden Daniels a little bit, talking about Davante Adams, like future prospects in our minds, but they are legit. They had a great game. Jaden Daniels is on a heater, looking amazing. This is like
he's breaking records.
Talk about this. Yeah, I can talk about this more excitedly now that it's Jaden Daniels. But this is like a CJ Stroud type year last season, where all of a sudden you have a rookie in the MVP candidate race.
This is a lot of a stretch because I'm about to compare him to someone that is already established But this could honestly be Lamar Jackson if he could throw a football all the time.
I mean, yeah, it was annoying with him last year when he was a senior because of what he did to Florida. He was passing all over the place, and then he was running all over the place and juking everyone out.
Yep.
And now you've seen the progression of him throughout the years, and now it's in the NFL. He's like perfectly bred. He has made the perfect amount of improvement every year.
The only thing that he needs to work on is how to fucking slide.
Yeah.
Stop getting hit, bro.
Yeah, that's going to keep hurting, buddy, no matter what, I promise you. These big boys are
he has the running ability of Lamar Jackson and just recently broke a Drew Brees record for completion percentage.
Mm-hmm. And like, I think in the company that he's with to start off in the first 4 games of a season with this high of a percentage, the other 2 are Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, who are like quite a few percentiles like behind him. So
and Drew Brees.
And Drew Brees. Yes, of course, Drew Brees. I just fucking hate that guy. But yeah, Drew Brees too. He's good. I hate Tom Brady too. Fuck him too. You know what? Yeah, Peyton Manning. You are just like Peyton Manning, Jane Daniels.
With wheels.
With wheels. Yeah. Oh my God. That just reminds me of Arch Manning, but I'll get off topic. But yes, the Commanders, they are looking good. If they did get our dream, well, I guess not necessarily our dream, but our custom scenario of getting Davante Adams, they would be that much better, but they're already looking great.
Crazy thing is during a brief intermission that we had that they won't know anything about, I was reading a report from the ESPN page about how that would be the best fit for both parties is the Washington Commanders. And it would show intent from the Commanders to strike while they're hot, and it would really send a message to the league that like they're not preparing to compete, they're here to compete.
I mean, honestly, yeah, that makes perfect sense. I'm fully in line with that stream of logic. So middle of the pack has yet again predicted something possible. This might be something to look out for in the future. We might be right again. Pip is on a heater.
I am.
So
can't be beat right now.
But yeah,
and the only thing the Commanders need to do to be elite is just be the Redskins again.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. We have to make that announcement. Middle of the Pack is a pro Redskins podcast.
Absolutely.
I mean, other affiliations aside, they're just specifically football related. I believe the family of the former mascot is extremely upset he's not the mascot anymore. They're don't let it bother you. You know, they loved having their family member as a mascot. They wanted it. They still want this history of the Cowboys versus Redskins sounds so much better.
No one from the community that they changed it to stop offending was offended.
Yeah, they were all pretty excited to have that representation because, like, I mean, the Indians, yeah, that might be a little rougher of an area. The Redskins, though, it's a lot of history behind that. So that's their last step, and maybe their defense picking up a little bit, but they're already starting to do that. They're already looking better.
So literally, like if you change back to the Redskins right now, you might win a Super Bowl.
Just might. Back to the 80s, baby. Maybe. Your choice. I mean,
it wouldn't hurt.
Wouldn't hurt. If you want the ring, do what you got to do. If you don't, hey, Washington Commanders all year. We get you. Just saying. Food for thought.
But middle of the pack just told you how to win a Super Bowl. Take it if you want.
Yeah. It's all about
But Commanders money line.
Yep. Easy. Commanders money line. Commanders -3. Take the over just because Jaden Daniels by himself scored 42 points last week. So I'm pretty comfortable with 43.5.
Yep. Because they also just don't stop scoring.
Yeah. Cliff Kingsbury is back in his bag, bro.
Yeah. They're not gonna like slow down because they're beating you already by 3 scores. I don't think they care.
No. And that's the kind of football you want to watch, too.
Right.
That's the best part.
They also have a guy on their team that got shot and still came back to play after just a couple weeks. Like, yeah, they're coming.
Yeah, they got dogs. But easy game. Commanders are
Yep.
winning. That's who we just needed to get into that. That was important that we talked about Washington because they're dynamic right now.
I agree.
All right, now on to two teams who are not dynamic.
I don't want to watch this shit at all.
Me neither. This is a game. This is
another game that it's going to be like strictly because I watch Red Zone is the only reason I'm going to see this.
Yeah. For anyone who's like even interested, Broncos are -2.5, and I think it's just because there's a lot of disarray in Las Vegas right now. Antonio Pierce is playing the look at me big dick game right now by not having Max play. Davante wanting to be traded. The office.
He's listed as questionable, and I doubt he even plays.
Yeah, I think he's done. Like we already said, this is he's done. So maybe
he
Max
could literally be traded in like the next week, 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. And that just kind of goes back to what we didn't touch on is that Max you can't get rid of. So it's just like put him back in, let him go kill. He is Las Vegas Raiders. So I don't know.
For betting purposes, I'm not touching it.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not touching this at all either. I was just gonna say that people have been kind of down on Minshew. I thought he's been playing like fine though.
Yeah.
Like he's better than Aiden O'Connell still.
Absolutely. That's not in question.
Yeah, I saw some chatter about Raiders fans who wanted O'Connell in. That's stupid. Don't do that.
I mean, he's 3 touchdowns, 3 picks. I mean,
like whatever, but he's he's going to give you a better chance of winning than Aiden in my opinion still.
They have no run game.
No.
They've had no pass game.
No.
Their leading receiver is the rookie tight end. So,
yeah. I mean,
you got that to look forward to. Brock Bowers is cool.
Yeah. Just get Jacoby Myers in there. He is serviceable. Like Jacoby Myers is a good receiver. So yeah, like come on, give him a chance. Like
and then the Broncos, literally all the Broncos have is a defense. So
they have literally nothing.
No.
Oh wait, and that's not going to happen. I said earlier if we wanted to get weird, we could go to the Broncos, but that's division, so that's not happening either. Yep. So there you go. Take that out.
And then we're literally talking about a Broncos offense that had -7 passing yards at half last week. I think I've said that now twice because I just want everyone to really think about that.
They had
an entire half of football, they had negative passing yards in a half. And still won.
Yep.
It's really like they have a good defense. Like their defense is what keeps them in games and in some cases wins them games. Because their offense is just abysmal.
Yeah, and I mean, in this case, that's why it does kind of make sense that the Broncos are favored because if their defense can beat anybody, it's probably the Raiders.
Yeah, I think even though I said I wouldn't touch it, if I did, I think Broncos money line is probably the safest way to go. I would not put a player prop on this game.
No.
At all. I'll probably go Broncos money line and then just leave it alone. I still probably, when my weekly parlays that I'm bound to place eventually, I'm probably not going to touch it.
No,
but just for the graphic purposes, I'd go Broncos money line.
Yep. Same page here. I think the Broncos, just solely because of their defense, is going to win this game.
Yep.
There you go. That's easy. Otherwise, don't watch this game. Don't bet on this game. There's really nothing.
Nope. To report. You will not miss anything crazy.
No, you will not. Now we move on to the Cardinals.
This could be interesting.
As I was just about to say, this could be a good game. Like it also could not be, but this could be a good game.
Yeah, and before we even get into the teams themselves, we have now found out that Christian McCaffrey has tendonitis in both of his legs.
Yeah.
And then the way this is progressing, next week we're going to find out that he doesn't have legs. And then
he's
the week after that, he's gone forever.
Oh, I was just going to say questionable. Because that's what they keep in the report anyway.
That's true. It's like, oh, yeah, he's going to show up to a game in a wheelchair. And then as soon as like the wild card playoffs hit, they're going to be like active. There he is. Ready to go.
Yeah. I don't know. The 49ers are -7.5. Ah, wow.
I don't see them losing this game, especially now that like Kittle's back, Debo's back. Fred Warner is a god. Literally the best tight end in football, debate with the wall. But bro, I just don't see them losing this game.
Fred Warner is who I wanted Shaq Leonard to be, and they were even for a couple of years. And now it hurts to see. Like, I'm glad that Fred Warner's succeeding because he is a fucking the best linebacker. Like,
Yes.
no question. But like,
If you watched his interception against the Patriots, you're like, a linebacker probably shouldn't jump like that.
more than
But Fred
likely not.
Warner, week in and week out, does do that.
Have you seen the clip of him just like accidentally laying Nick Bosa out?
Yeah, I think so.
They like ran into each other, and then Nick Bosa bounces off of Fred Warner. That doesn't happen to everybody.
No.
That does not, like Nick Bosa bouncing off of you. That does not happen. So take that too. Yeah, I think they're gonna be winning this game. I think for the Cardinals, I think you and I are on the same page. Is really just all we want to see is sick passes to Marvin.
That's it.
Yeah, like I'm kind of all set. Like I'm good seeing Kyler play well because I do love watching Kyler just be the human joystick that he is. That's always fun. But most importantly, I just want to see Marvin Harrison catch touchdowns.
Yeah. I mean, as cool of a game as this could be, I just don't think the Cardinals can keep up.
Yeah.
Like, because the 49ers might not put 40 on you. Not right now. They might not put 30 on you. But their defense also isn't going to let up that much. So,
absolutely agree 1,000%. So yeah, I think I'm definitely I would not take that spread. I just don't like spreads that are ever that big in the NFL. They're always
no, I don't either.
And I think it was like for the first 4 weeks or 3 weeks at least, every spread that was that big, the underdog was winning.
Yeah,
it was like some crazy statistic like that. So that's
this is also in San Francisco. So
yes, but I mean, well, I was gonna say, hold on, don't worry, I'm not crazy. I was gonna say still 49ers money line, like
yeah, absolutely 49ers money line.
Mm-hmm. That's gonna happen. But hey, glad to see that Kittle's back. I do love watching Kittle play tight end. He's the best.
Dude, watching that man Moss 3 Patriots defenders in the back of the end zone brought me a lot of joy.
It did. That was awesome. You love seeing plays like that. Just
Kittle's just a fun guy, bro.
Mm-hmm. He loved doing that. He was laughing his ass off after
he was.
He was just fucking ecstatic. But yes, 49ers money line for sure. Here's an easy game. This is a good game only for this reason. I'm going to tell you right now. This is a good game because we already all know this. We won't pound this to death, but they need to be exposed. This is important that they're exposed. The Seahawks are a good team. They played very, very well. On Monday, they just didn't get the win, and that's fine. That's fine. But they're going to expose the Giants because the Giants competed with the Cowboys last week. They were doing decent, but the Cowboys are not good either. The Giants are just a little bit worse, and the Giants are not good. The Seahawks, Geno is playing great football. JSN is here. Just like I believe we also called this as well. I'm just putting it out there that we were also right about this. JSN is looking great. DK is DK, always will be. But most importantly, Geno is very, very good this year. And the
Kenneth
Seahawks
Walker.
Kenneth Walker. Oh fuck. My bad. Kenneth, my bad, dude.
Man,
yeah,
took a couple weeks off and came back and reminded everyone, like, hey, I'm really good at this running back thing.
It was like I just remember watching his first touchdown run in the league, and I was like, dude, this guy might be a problem. And yeah, to see that happen this past week, yeah, Kenneth Walker.
Did you see the play where they slung him over somebody? He stayed on his feet and then did flip.
Yeah. Dude, like that was fucking awesome. So yeah, Kenneth Walker's also good, but the Giants will get exposed. Malik Neighbors is the only good part. He is a great receiver. If you can make Daniel Jones look competent, you are a great receiver.
And the thing is them definitely gonna get exposed is because I don't even know if he's playing.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's concussed.
He had a concussion last week. Like in the fourth, like late last week, got concussed. He's listed as questionable. Could play, probably shouldn't play.
No, I don't think he will. And also, I don't think Wanda Robinson is going to save Daniel Jones.
He's not. He might get 20 targets, though.
Oh, yeah. No, he'll get thrown to. But if you looked... Okay, so because of the stupid fucking hurricane, I didn't get a chance to talk about it, but I have been watching Malik Neighbors play football. If you look at the catches he's making, it is all Malik Neighbors' skill. It is not Daniel Jones' ball placement.
Yes.
Malik Neighbors has stolen the ball where it definitely should not have been caught. Like by
Especially on the
anybody
Browns.
else. Yeah, that is okay. And it was, thank you for mentioning that, because it was also Emerson's lack of coverage. Emerson played Neighbors like a fucking fool, and that was the dumbest decision he ever made. Because Emerson played him like shit. He was a horrible, horrible game for a corner. Like, did not play him well at all, and Neighbors exposed the shit out of him.
Yep.
Where Daniel Jones could just throw it in the vicinity, and Neighbors was going to catch it. So yes, I did.
But
I'm not going to talk about
Malik Neighbors, he hasn't even had to throw an accurate ball.
Yeah.
And most of them haven't been.
No. So Malik Neighbors is talented, and unfortunately he's bailing out Daniel Jones. But I need you to remember, Giants fans, the better that Daniel Jones looks, the longer he stays. So
yeah.
keep that in mind, if you guys want to like win like football games that take you into the playoffs, you might want to start seeing a little less Daniel Jones football, touchdowns, anything. But yeah, that's just kind of that. I feel like it's pretty simple though. Seahawks are going to win this game.
Absolutely.
Geno's a beast. It's Seahawks -6. I mean, like,
just take the money line and call it a day.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you want to get saucy, I love. This is where the big ones are like, because it's the Giants. But yeah, Seahawks money line. Let's just go home with it. Easy win.
Yep.
This one.
I don't think this is very difficult either.
Yeah, I mean, Rams are beat up.
They are. They have their best receiver is Jordan Whittington.
Yeah, I mean, he did good in the preseason.
He did, but I literally just found out who this man was today. So, no Puka, no Cooper Kupp, lackluster defense. Even though they lost last week after Jordan Love figured it out that his team wears green, he was slinging.
His team does wear green. Yeah, I mean,
once he figured that out, like that second half Packers team, bro, Jordan Love was dealing.
Yeah.
And that was on probably the best team in the league right now. It's just weird saying it's the Vikings. He hung in there for a while and almost pulled off a comeback. I don't think that's going to be the same case this week because the Rams are not the Vikings.
Yeah, I think now that Jordan Love kind of just shook off that couple weeks rust.
That was his first game back from injury. Like
exactly. He just needed to shake it off a little bit, and I got a feeling we're going to see a full game kind of like that second half where Jordan Love is just going to look good.
Yeah, I don't see this one being much. I'd probably easily just take Packers money line.
Sucks to be Sean McVay though.
It does.
Cuz he is a good coach, but like his players hate playing for him. It seems like they're just like, yo, I'm hurt, dog. Like I don't know what it is. Maybe it's those complicated ass play calls or something. But yeah, they're hurting again. They're hurting again. So
this is what happens when you sold your entire soul for a Super Bowl, and then realizing no one's coming back and people are retiring and but you got one.
Old as shit.
But you got one. Yeah. You sold for and you snagged Jalen Ramsey to come in for a year. You snagged OBJ to come in for a year.
Yeah. You got what you needed, and now
you got your Super Bowl, but now you're paying for it.
Yeah, exactly. It's time to pay the piper, man. So sorry about it, Sean, but at least you got your ring.
Packers money line.
Packers money line. Steelers.
Yeah.
Steelers. Like, I mean, Cowboys are just like they seem like they're already falling apart. Their defense is nothing without Dan Quinn, which sucks because you have Micah Parsons, so you shouldn't be like nothing. But that's what's going on. They're getting just destroyed.
Well, and also their other side of the pass rush, DeMarcus Lawrence got put on IR. So
yeah,
and they already lost Deron Bland before the season even started.
The pick six king, is out. Yep, so that's tough. At this point, I don't even know what the Cowboys do because didn't Dak sign another deal as well?
Yep.
Yeah, so you got Dak, you got CD. That's your team, bro. Figure it
out. You
have
to pay Micah, or he's gonna leave.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, he'll just go join his buddy. in Houston, and then I'll be sadder.
Yeah.
Like that's what's gonna happen to me. I'm just gonna get destroyed.
I don't think this is very difficult. Justin Fields is playing really well. Their defense is always really good.
Mm-hmm.
The Steelers have finally figured it out that good things happen when you throw George Pickens the ball.
Yep. That's essentially what this is. They had an off week, as a lot of teams do, and theirs was just happily for me against the Colts, where they got exposed a lot. Our defense randomly decided to start being good for a week, which nobody expected anyways. So the Steelers having that jumped on them was a little too surprising, but now I think they're going to kind of just reassess, get their bearings back, and Justin Fields is going to throw to George Pickens, and the defense, TJ Watt, is going to be awesome, as he always is.
Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable with Steelers in this one.
Yep, I agree. Easy. Steelers. Finally.
Last one. Not a doubleheader Monday this week.
Yeah, I mean, hey, thank God, because like we were saying, dude, Sundays already take a lot out of you, and then you got to keep that brain on for 2 games at the same time. I can't do that.
This could be a good one, though.
I agree. I just need the Saints to just like do what they did week 1 and 2 again, and then I need Patrick Mahomes to like be.
And looking at this, the Saints money line is plus 200. I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah, I mean,
like the Chiefs they're the Chiefs. Got it. Rashee Rice is gone.
Yeah.
Pacheco is gone.
Yeah.
Your best wide receiver is a rookie.
Yeah.
And you have a heavily underproductive tight end.
Dude. Mailing it in.
Mahomes looked awful last week against the Chargers. And the Saints defense is very good. Way better than the Chargers.
Yeah, wait, can we go back like just one real quick? Mahomes, what the fuck was that? The one time that we needed
my parlay, dude.
Yeah, that was like the one time that we were like on your side.
And you ruined it.
And you ruined it. You just took that away. So appreciate you, dude. Fucking carry on. Same shit as every week now. Back to fuck you. So good job.
Yep.
You wasted that. Hurricane week, you had your chance.
Yeah. I'm seeing this as the NOLA plus 200, and like I don't think it should be that big. Like I'm taking that. Like that's easy right there.
All right.
I know it's really hard to bet against the Chiefs, but like
I was just about to say, am I gonna be the voice of reason this week? It's the Chiefs, though.
I get that, but like they're already heavily underproducing. They lose their best wide receiver. Their defense isn't great. Like, and the Saints have already shown like they can do that. Their defense is way better than the Chargers. They struggled against the Chargers, who are without Derwin James.
Yeah.
So what makes me think that they wouldn't struggle even more against probably a top 3 defense in the league?
Hold on. There's a stat that I've heard before. I just want to like double check. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say I've heard that Mahomes' October record is usually decent. He's 17-8 though, so that's like, that's like, I mean, it's Patrick Mahomes, so he's gonna be good. But
right.
He's also like played 100 games in his career, and he's won 82 of them. So Patrick Mahomes, I mean, it's just like, for me, what's scary about this game, because I don't disagree with you. I truly don't. But
it's in KC.
It's just the games that they win. These are the games where all of a sudden they win, but they win like well.
Some bullshit. Oh
yeah.
Okay.
No. Like these are the games where it's like all the odds are against them, even though they're the fucking Chiefs, the back-to-back Super Bowl winners.
And they're going to come and hang 40.
Yeah, these are the games that piss you off the most, where it's like,
it's
finally they're broken.
I'm finally going to be reminded that Juju Smith-Schuster is on the Chiefs again, and he's just going to come out and drop 200 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, exactly. And then Kelsey's just going to be there all of a sudden. He's going to be like, oh, yeah, I'm Travis Kelce. And then he's going to catch a touchdown and get like 140 yards. It's just like, it's going to be one of those games that pisses you off. That's the only thing I'm worried about. So that's where I'll split with you. I'll take the Chiefs just because I think our graphic is looking a little too even.
Yeah, I'm sticking with what I said. I'm staying with the Saints.
All right. All right. I mean, it could be a good game though. This could be a good game, or it could be like a really slow game. I hope it's a good one though.
I
I
hope
hope
it's
it
a
just
shootout.
yeah, that's what I want too. I hope it's a shootout. I need Derek Carr from week 1 and 2 because he got me excited about that smash mouth football. You know, I got rid of Drew
Right.
Brees, so that pain was gone. And I was ready to watch Derek Carr because I've always half-ass believed in him. When he was on the Raiders, I was like, he's good. Like I could see it. And for the first 2 weeks, I was like, yeah, Derek Carr. And then all of a sudden, he just fucking punches me in the face. I did nothing to him. Need I remind you? He just slapped me across the face after I got all excited for the Saints, which I never would do in my fucking life. So we'll see, because these are two teams that I'm not really like fans of at all. So
It's a
I hope it's a
division
shootout
rival
too.
for me.
Yeah, exactly. So I hope it's at least entertaining. I agree. I want a shootout. There should be some good Monday Night Football. Come on, give us something.
Right.
Or one game, because you had a chance with the past 2 weeks with the double headers where you could have one shitty game and then you'd have another good game. We don't get that this
No.
week. So
I think we have a good Monday and a good Thursday game.
yeah, I agree. I'm excited.
A good week for NFL for sure.
It is going to be a good week. Like I said, truly fantastic games. They're not like the prettiest games on paper, but just because when you're looking into it, you see the matchups, you see the
It's
talent.
a lot of implications this week for sure.
Exactly, and it's a lot of who's who. Like now we're figuring it out. So we have a great NFL slate that should cover it all. We can already just jump right into it because unfortunately this week for college football, we do not have a ton. Get it out.
No.
Unfortunately for college football, we do not have a ton, but we do have some games. Look for next week though when we're back because that
Next week,
slate,
the
next
slate.
week is gonna be good.
Yeah.
Good. But for now, I mean, I think it's important that we just kind of go over our games, other games that we're going to be looking at for this weekend. But we'll start off with this game. This game is important to me. Probably nobody else. This game is important to me. So we got a Florida matchup here. Florida Gators fans, here is another announcement because I already had specified that games that Graham Mertz plays in do not count for our record. And that sounds bad knowing last week how he played. But I also want to remind you that Graham Mertz does do this. He has a history of doing this last year where he has 2 good games where he's like, oh, yeah, I'm a quarterback. I should throw touchdowns. And he does that. And he did that last week. So he already wasted a game on Mississippi State. Last year, he did that against like South Carolina and Tennessee, like games that were like SEC rivals. We needed to win those. He wasted a game on Mississippi State this year. And also on top of that, I want to also mention that DJ Lagway is still number 1 for passing yards for the Florida Gators. So Graham Mertz playing, was it 2.5, 3 games, 3.5 games? No, yeah, 2. Oh God, math is hard. 2.5 games is still behind DJ Lagway. So don't buy into it. DJ Lagway is the truth. DJ the Truth Lagway. That's what I call him. He is our Messiah. He is Tim Tebow, part 2, a good Christian boy who wants to win football. And Billy Napier needs to leave. He is done recruiting. I'm still standing on that. You have recruited who we needed. Thank you, sir, for your service. You are gone. So if Graham Mertz plays, we will lose, and it will be sad. They're already favored. I think UCF is favored by like -3, which is fucking ridiculous.
In the swamp at night.
This is the swamp at night. The game that I told you after week 1 needed to happen. Like we needed a night swamp game, and this is what we're getting. So I'm still like, regardless of how negative I am about Billy Napier and Graham Mertz, I'm still taking Florida. Like, let's go Gators. Fuck the Knights. You guys haven't been good since you won that bullshit national championship, and then Blake Bortles. I mean, like, we got this. Gators, we need to show up. Swamp at night. Let's fucking do this. That's really all I have to say because DJ Lagway needs to play and Billy Napier needs to leave. Simple as that. Simple as that. We move forward. We go on to you now.
Yeah, I mean, this one isn't going to be anything crazy. It's it's our second game in the Big Ten. Iowa likes defense. We don't care.
No.
Like,
No.
if any of you have kept up with Big Ten football, every single team that's supposed to be good in the Big Ten has struggled at some point, except Ohio State, who we continue to beat everyone by 30 plus.
Yep.
And we're probably gonna keep doing that because this is at Columbus, so this is not the normal Ohio State goes into Iowa and the home stadium, like we struggle a little bit. Nope, this is at Columbus. It's our town. Yeah, I don't think it's really gonna matter.
Yeah,
I think we're still gonna hang 40.
And let it be known, maybe it's because of my bias against SEC teams, but I also personally feel like there is a little bit of SEC bias right now in the rankings.
100%.
Just because that Alabama beat Georgia,
They went to number 1.
They are at number 1, and Georgia's down at number 5. But Ohio State has been just sitting at number 3. And for me right now, as far as I've been watching, because like I said, like hand up, this is like my second year fully integrating myself into college football.
No,
so
that's
I'm
normal.
still getting the lay of the land. But from what I've seen so far this year, Ohio State is playing the best football.
Yep.
Like, Ohio State is going to absolutely fucking slaughter. Like, it is going to be, I need to cover my eyes because I can't watch this anymore when it gets to Michigan. Like, it's going to be an ugly fucking game. Dave Portnoy's losing all of his money. Taylor Lewan's losing all of his money. Like, this is going to be a slaughtering of the Michigan Wolverines when it comes time. And
they barely
right now,
beat Minnesota last week.
Yeah, right now they're just warming up. Like, Ohio State is just kind of like showing previews. They're almost teasing Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look at your friends. Look at your brothers. This is what we're doing before we come to you. So that's going to be ugly. Ohio State has.
And the best part is they come to us this year.
Oh boy, like seriously, that's going to be a fucking great game just to watch. Like,
we'll probably beat Michigan by 3 scores.
Yeah. Yeah, I think when game time comes, like that's going to be a very interesting conversation.
I don't think the world's going to take us seriously until next week. Little preview when we go into Eugene, Oregon, and we probably smack them too.
Smack everybody around.
Dude, they struggled with fucking Idaho.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I'm all for it. I'm not this huge Big Ten guy, and if anything, like realistically, based on where I grew up, I should be cheering for the Wisconsin Badgers, if anything. But like Ohio State has looked amazing. Will Howard saying, "I can't wait to leave this fucking state" when he was in Michigan playing Michigan State. That's the Ohio State Buckeyes quarterback.
Yes,
you want.
Yes, 100%. And the entire team this year, considering that damn near every single person from last year came back except for like 2. Everyone is playing a whole lot of fuck you football, and I love it.
Yeah,
because there was like a 3-year period where like you could tell like people didn't take many games, like they didn't take this game seriously, or they didn't buy into like how deep the rivalry is, and like you could tell it didn't bother them that bad. This team this year literally is just playing fuck you football.
They want blood,
and I love it. Yeah,
they want blood. They want heads. This is the kind of football that wins you the national title.
Here in our star corner, Denzel Burke saying, "I didn't come back to fucking lose," is great. That man was a first-round talent and was like, "No,
I need it." Like that's how petty. Like that's why for me, this recent college football fandom that I've been getting, that rivalry of Michigan and Ohio State is so awesome, just because you see how much they fucking hate. You see
it's
NFL
the best
players,
rivalry in sports.
NFL players still just hate Michigan. They hate Ohio State if they're on the other side. Like that rivalry is so fun to watch, just because you see the Ohio State fans, the Michigan fans, how much they get into it, how much the players like. It's a wonderful rivalry to watch. And Ohio State, yeah, they have players coming back literally just because they're like, no, we're not done yet.
Yep.
I need more. And they have a fucking 17-year-old who is a god at receiver. I mean,
18.
Oh, 18 now. Yeah, sorry. But
Jeremiah Smith is him.
Yeah. Like that's crazy. So Ohio State is taking out Iowa. As far as SEC rankings go to Alabama, I mean, Ryan Williams, dude, that was also cool.
Ryan Williams is stud. Yeah, he is 17.
But they are like they're getting disrespected in the rankings a little bit. Alabama, don't get me wrong, is great. And the Alabama Georgia game was also like fucking awesome to watch. That fourth quarter of just constant action.
Oh yeah.
But you saw Carson Beck. He got exposed. I mean, it's anyone who said before the season that Carson Beck was the top quarterback in college football was an idiot, and now it's just that light is so bright on them. Like he could not keep up with Jalen Milroe. He could not keep up with Alabama. He tried and he almost did, but at the end of the day, you just saw like at that last second, Alabama is the one over Georgia who closed out the game. Georgia couldn't have done that to them, and they didn't.
Nope.
So that's why they're 5 now. They'll probably keep winning, but they're not going to win in the SEC. I needed them to lose that game just because of I'm so fucking tired of Georgia fans.
I think Georgia's like the 4th best team in the SEC.
Yeah.
I mean, rankings even show that too. So
so yeah, I mean, food for thought. But
just a reminder for everyone that doesn't believe any of this fucking biases exist. 4 of the top 5 teams in the country, even one including with a fucking loss, is in the top 5. They're undefeated top schools that are now sitting behind one-loss Georgia. But I promise you, we go play Oregon next week, and they're ranked in the top 10. We lose, we're dropping into like the teens.
Yeah, that's gonna be. I mean, it's not gonna happen, luckily, but yeah, that would hypothetically.
But Alabama could turn around and lose to fucking Tennessee when they play, and I guarantee they'll still be in the top 6, top 5.
No, most definitely. I mean, we literally just saw it with Georgia. Yeah, exactly. They lost to Alabama, but they're like, oh, it's such good competition. No, Georgia is just frauds. Like
there's still teams that are like Power 5 schools that are undefeated, that have quality wins, that are now sitting below a one-loss team. It's like, okay, like I get it, yeah, quality loss, but it's still a loss that other teams don't have. Like we haven't lost.
Mm-hmm.
And like, don't get me wrong, like don't rank them below like Illinois or like Indiana. Like I get that, right? Like I understand that. But even like, okay, Penn State hasn't lost. Oregon hasn't lost. Have those teams look shitty sometimes? Yeah, but guess what? Georgia also only beat Kentucky by 1. So
there you go. I mean, yeah, they got Texas is good though.
Texas is good.
Texas is in fact good. So oddly, and it's kind of odd that they're actually number 2. Now that I think about it, because I mean they've
been winning with a backup quarterback and got dropped a spot,
and also just purely for the fact that they have also just another win. Like they're 5-0, so it's just kind of like keep them where they're at until they prove otherwise. Like that's just weird to put Alabama above.
We're continuing to win games, and we just sit in the same spot.
Yeah. But other than that, you got like even Miami. Like fuck you, Miami, but Miami deserves to be above Georgia.
Yep,
most definitely. I'm looking down the line right now because you got Michigan in 10 still. That's just a pity 10.
Yep,
that's a pity 10.
Missouri got a loss. They barely beat USC. They literally only beat Minnesota by 3.
Yeah,
it's like, how are you a top 10 team in the country? I don't know.
Hey, to each their own. Obviously, the ranking system, everyone has called it bullshit for like the past multiple years. So,
hey, but man, I don't really give a fuck about the rankings anymore because of the simple fact of the new 12-team playoff system. If you win your conference, congratulations, you have a bye. So none of that shit fucking matters to me. Win the Big Ten, get a bye. Chilling.
Yeah. Well, there you go. I mean, that's really like the bulk of your college football preview. I guess there's only really one ranked game this weekend, and that's going to be Missouri at Texas A&M. Texas A&M's 25 though, and Missouri's good. So
no, Missouri is not good.
They're good.
They're not good.
No, this is the fraud team that you called out. Was it 3 weeks ago now?
Yes, that beat Vanderbilt in double overtime. And it's only because Vanderbilt's kicker missed a field goal.
So I'm looking at the stats right now just to kind of like...
Oh, I also called Old Miss is frauds, and they lost to Kentucky. So
Yep. So, okay, so there's one. So this is a chance for number 2 because this is Texas A&M, who, I mean, Texas A&M, in my opinion, barely escaped Florida. So but obviously there's some bias, but at the same time, there kind of isn't. Like, all we needed to win that game was a quarterback.
Yep.
So I think Missouri could possibly sneak another one in there. They're not favored, but they might be able to sneak another one past Texas A&M.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a game that I'm necessarily heavily interested in.
No,
I don't think this is going to hold a lot of implications to anything.
Yeah, I know. I agree. I'm just at this point, just because this is such a kind of more of a low week of college football, you got to find the matchups that people might be interested in. Like Auburn and Georgia used to be something. It's nothing now.
Auburn needs to move past whatever fucking quarterback they're experimenting with. The Peyton Thorne experiment is over. Take that motherfucker out.
Ole Miss, I think, could lose again.
Who they play?
South Carolina.
Yeah, if Lenore Sellers plays, if Lenore Sellers is healthy and back, they could definitely beat them.
Yeah, I mean, I think.
But if Lenore Sellers is out again, absolutely not.
No, but that's just something to look out for. Hey, Indiana, good for you. They get an easy game against Northwestern. Alabama plays nobody. Remember, I said this before we started. I almost got fooled because I almost thought Clemson versus Florida State was going to be a good game. But here's your weekly reminder that Florida State has just fallen off the earth. They're horrible. Just in case anybody forgot, I just wanted to mention that quickly. Other than that, there's not really a lot going on in college football. Next week is going to be very, very good.
Next week is the week.
Yeah,
the next 2 weeks.
Truly. I mean, just a preview, we got on Saturday, we're going to have Florida, Tennessee, Ohio State, Oregon, and Penn State and USC. So there you go. That's just a taste of what we have over the next 2 weeks.
The week after that is Texas against Georgia and Tennessee against Alabama.
Yeah. So there's going to be a lot of good college football coming up. It's going to get really exciting. But for now, this week is really kind of more NFL, kind of seeing where teams are at. This is going to be a really good NFL slate. And obviously our games, like that's what we're going to be watching. Yep. This is a very good fan week. You're going to watch your game and then maybe a couple others just because they're on Saturday.
Yep.
But other than that, that basically covers everything. Again, we apologize for fucking nothing because Mother Nature came in and fucked us over. But hopefully we can get back to this schedule pending any other hurricanes, pending any other back injuries, pending any other, I don't even know what else at this point is going to take us out. It seems like a lot, but
we're here.
We're here. Yeah, we're here. We're back. Thursday night football. Let's get a good game tonight for everybody. Our picks are going to be up, given that we actually have stuff to cover this week and we're on time. Clips should be up, but make sure that you're following us everywhere. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. We're on even TikTok, and I'm still trying to figure out how that shit works. But it's at Mid of the Pack. So make sure you're following us there. You'll get our socials there. Subscribe to us, YouTube, at Mid of the Pack. Please. Damn right, we got that fucking handle. Please go subscribe. Go watch. Share with your friends. If you love us, great. If you hate us, great. That's fucking still content, bro.
Go tell everyone that you hate us or you love us. And make them watch us because they want to see why you hate us. That's fine.
That works by me. Whether it's 12, whether it's 12,000, doesn't matter to us. We love doing it. So yes, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for keeping up with us, even though we're inconsistent.
We're doing our best, man.
We are doing our best. So kind of fucking relax and give us a break. But thank you again. We're going to see you guys next week. And for now, just, do what you do. Do all the subscribe, like, and comment, everything. But
do the thing.
Do the thing. This has been Middle of the Pack, though.
And I'm Pip.
And I'm Fax. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace.